In this edition of RPP News, elderly residents face homelessness, tourists might be paying to park, and the MSO is coming to town. Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPP News, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. The parent company of Peninsula Eco Beach in Capel Sound has been declared insolvent, and the impact on locals who invested in the property has been devastating. Cabin owners have been told they will have to move on by June the 2nd. Some 20 of the owners have learned they do not own the property title, and as leaseholders must accept an offer well below purchase price, move their units or lose everything. Resident Amanda Ash, who is pregnant and has 2 small children, told RPP the situation is intolerable, especially for elderly residents.
But there are people in this park that have lost everything and will be family members of people in this park will be at risk of losing their family because of the stress of homelessness, not being able to pay their bills, losing everything they have. Some of these people have said that their only option, one lady asked if their option was suicide. That stuck with me and it won't leave. As a result, I can look at my children and I can see them smile and I can take another step forward. But these people are in a lot worse situation than I am. I'm in my 30s. Some of these people are in their 60s, their 70s, their 80s. They don't have another 30 years to save for superannuation. They've just lost everything they've ever worked for.
Frankston Council has passed its 2023-24 budget. In an at times heated session, Deputy Mayor Liam Hughes and Councillor Steve Hughes advocated for rate cuts, but were chastised by Councillor Chris Bolam for not investing in the budget process or planning sessions. He summarised the budget as fair and emphasised extensive community engagement and feedback.
We have vested with the duty, not the task, the duty of getting right. In my view, when you say you want to achieve a reduction in rates, you oppose the budget and throw your hands in the air, in my view, you're treating the people of Frankston like mugs. Councillors Liam and Steve Hughes were outvoted by the rest of the council. Mornington Peninsula Shire Council is considering charging tourists for parking on the peninsula. With more than 7.5 million visitors each year, there is increasing pressure on foreshore areas. Currently, ratepayers pay around $8 million per year for the maintenance of foreshore-related infrastructure, such as car parks, public toilets and access paths. To better manage and maintain the limited foreshore parking, the council is considering a visitor-paid parking pilot at 3 popular locations: Schnapper Point Car Park in Mornington, Sunnyside North Beach in Mount Eliza and Flinders Pier Car Park. There is no plan to charge Shire residents for parking. The council will vote this Tuesday on whether to go ahead with the pilot. Moraine is holding a public cultural forum on the Voice referendum this coming Wednesday evening. Open to mob and the broader public, this is an opportunity to raise awareness of and support for the referendum. Various speakers will be followed by a Q&A. This is a free event and begins at 7:30 p.m. at the Moraine Gathering Place in Hastings. CEO Uncle Peter Oldenhoven told RPP why it is important for the community to understand before they vote.
There has been some misinformation and some rather wild claims. You know, us Aboriginal mob, we're not really interested in AUKUS submarine policy. We're more interested in closing the gap and, enjoying all the wonderful opportunities that mainstream Australia enjoys in terms of longevity and employment and education and so on. So Voice will really be focused on those key elements of government operations and legislation going to Parliament.
Go to the Moraine website for details on the forum. Homelessness organisation Frankston Zero released a report this week about housing and homelessness in Frankston City. The report follows a series of roundtables held with specialist agencies, government bodies and industry experts who joined forces to tackle the impact of the housing crisis in Frankston. The report states that private rental housing in Frankston City is increasingly unaffordable for all household types, and there is a critical shortfall in social housing, especially for singles and young people. This has led to a rise in homelessness in Frankston by nearly 45% since 2016. Frankston Zero is calling on the federal government to pass future fund legislation as the start of the pipeline of future housing. The group is also advocating for state and federal governments to increase social housing and to strengthen the connection between health and housing by preserving the multidisciplinary support approach that proved successful during the COVID-19 pandemic. And Frankston Arts Centre is hosting an evening with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra this coming Friday. They'll be performing Elgar's Cello Concerto, Ravel's La Valse, and Prokofiev's comic opera Love for Three Oranges. Travel back in time for this snapshot of Europe in 1918 to 19, when a variety of compositional styles collided with the life-changing events of the First World War. After the break, we have Bianca with the coming week's weather report.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term, and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Welcome back. We go now to Bianca for this week's weather.
Hello, I'm Bianca and welcome to this week's RPP weather update. Well, it wasn't as wet as we thought it would be last week, however this week should more than make up for that. Let's dive in and check out the details. Today, Sunday the 28th of May, should bring us a partly rainy day with some sunny periods. We should reach a low of 8 and a high of 15. Monday should see much the same as Sunday. We can expect a low of 9 and a top of 15. Tuesday will be much the same. Again, we can expect a top of 17 and a low of 9. Wednesday sees this trend continue with a low of 11 and a high of 17. Thursday sees the rain back off a bit with some sunny periods throughout the day. We should reach a high of 16 and a low of 10. Friday brings us a mostly cloudy day with intervals of rain. We can expect a top of 15 and a low of 6. And finally, Saturday will bring us a mostly cloudy day. We should reach a high of 15 and a low of 6. Well, that's all for this week. Try to stay warm and I will see you next week with another RPP weather update.
Now to our surf guru Muzz with the surf report.
Hi, it's Muzz back with this week's Mornington Peninsula Surf Report. So this week we've just had actually turned into being pretty good. This time last week when I was doing the report, it's like we were going to get a couple of onshore days and maybe some offshore mornings, but it's been actually the complete opposite with 3 really good swell days. You know, great waves in Westerport on Monday, all right on Tuesday as well, and Wednesday a bit smaller and a bit windier, but still good. and waves around the Flinders area too. And also Sunday just might produce big swell, but conditions weren't great. They were onshore that day. Now the week in front of us looks pretty much about the same. So looks like the swell's going to pick up a bit today on Friday and hang in that same level with this next front that's coming through, or will already be through. And looks like the wind at the moment, except for maybe part of Sunday, should be west-northwest, and should be again another moderate swell. So won't be as big as last Sunday, Monday, but there will be waves in Western Port pretty much through the whole outlook period by the looks of it. And maybe Tuesday and Wednesday the wind might get a bit more north in it, so it'll be pretty decent waves around the Flinders area. The swell sort of hangs about that same size. There is a chance of another swell off in the distance, but at the moment it should just maintain good reasonable waves a week with reasonable conditions. So that's pretty good. It's the end of autumn, heading into winter. It's exactly how it should be. So hopefully you're in the water and we'll see things around.
And that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.